You wrote recently about the Ryder Cup, how belonging and identity drive performance more than data. Specifically, talking about how the Europeans all wore the same shirts, including the caddies. How do you feel that translates to rugby teams or even business?
I just think that little things, uh, two or three little things, can add up to an awful lot. And the analogy I use of the Ryder Cup is that the European caddies were deemed worthy enough to wear the same shirt as their player. So Rory McIlroy's caddy wore exactly the same shirt colours that Rory did. The opposition thought otherwise. The caddies of the American team had a different colour shirt, which I thought was really odd. You know, one team and all the rest of it. And there have been two or three other things that happened that collectively can add up to a lot. You know, why would you not have the player and caddy in the same kit, the same uniform? They're side by side for 4 hours walking down the fairways and onto the tees and across the greens and all the rest of it. The European Tour looked as one. They looked together. There was a unison, there was a belief, there was a bond, whatever words one wants to use. And again, it's a bit of a marketing slang as well, in that I know the Europeans had a great first 2 days. They hunted in pairs, whereas the Americans hunted alone. And I've seen it in business where on the business development side, there's been a singleton, somebody that just goes off and tries to crack deals, which is fine and dandy and all the rest of it. But you can get overly possessive about that. We know it's your lead. Justin, we know it's your lead. You brought in this guy, all the rest of it. But how about bringing in a colleague? How inviting them to bring a colleague so we get a bit more depth around this and we get more, evolved and inclusive about it, rather than me just going down the same path on my own. Bring in other people. I'm not going to get on with everybody. That client is not going to stay there forever. So by bringing in somebody else and ingratiating them and making them feel part of the team, look at the wider picture and how we can actually, at the end of the day, in the business sense, you want to be sending out invoices. You have to send out invoices to, to survive. In the rugby game, we need to win more than we can lose. We're charging good money for people to come and see it and all the rest of it. We got to win as best we can.
And
So I think that sense of belonging. There's little things that can really bring together a team of people. And I'm sure there was with the Red Roses. With the Red Roses, who were amazing for the World Cup stuff. I'm sure there were little things there that gave traction and directed them down a path that was amazing.
For sure, and that's an interesting. Sorry,
Fritzy.
No, go on, Liam.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, when we spoke, Jamie, I see it like my main business as well, as I deal with law firms, and immediately there's a division. They have lawyers, or they call them fee earners, and then they have support staff. And there's already a massive division, and why can't they all be one team? And that creates boundaries, it creates issues, it creates disagreement. So I think it's very subtle what the European team did. Playing as one team. I think all business can learn from that. It's a great message.